What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube using the beginner method. So let's get started. We're going to start with the basics, which are the pieces. There are three pieces in a cube: the corners, the edges, and the centers. Let's start with the corners. So there are 8 corners in a cube: 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other side 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can obviously easily get to know which piece is a corner because it's in the corner, and it also has 3 colors in one piece. As you can see, this one has white, green, and red, and any other corner, let's say this one, has yellow, orange, and blue. So like that, they'll always have 3 colors. Next are the edges, and these are just the pieces in between the corners. So I have 2 corners here, and the piece in the middle is the edge. And it's again really easily distinguishable because it just has 2 colors, whereas the corner has 3 colors. And finally, the centers. And a lot of people think that when you scramble the cube, the centers will keep changing their position. And that's not exactly true. I mean, they do kind of shift the position when we do a move like that, but the white will always be opposite to yellow, the orange will always be opposite to red, and blue will always be opposite to green. And no matter how much you scramble the cube, it'll always stay like that, as you can see. So it doesn't matter if the cube is solved, it will always be the same. As you can see, white is opposite to yellow, blue is opposite to green, and red is opposite to orange. And it'll always be like that. So now that you know the pieces, let's move forward to the moves. There are 18 different moves which are possible on a cube. And don't worry, it seems like a lot, but it's not. So the first move is going to be R, and that's basically just turning the right face clockwise. And I'm going to be referring to the faces with letters, and basically the right side is going to be R, the left side is going to be L, the top will be U, bottom will be D, front will be F, and back will be B. So the first thing, like I said, is R, and that's moving the right face clockwise. So this is R, and there's R prime or R dash as some people call it, which is just the opposite of that, which is moving the right face anti-clockwise. And then there's R2, which is moving it 2 times. And it doesn't matter which side you do it because it'll always end up the same. So let's say I'm doing it clockwise, then I'm getting blue over here. And if I do it anti-clockwise, I'll still get the same blue over here. So it doesn't matter in which direction you do R2 or any move which you do 2 times. After that is L, and no, clockwise is not L and anti-clockwise not L prime. It's actually the opposite of R. Anti-clockwise will be L and clockwise will be L prime. After that is the top layer, and again clockwise will be U and anti-clockwise will be U prime. And then again there's U2. And then there's the bottom layer, which is just the opposite of U. So clockwise will be D prime and anti-clockwise will be D. And there's D2. And finally there's F and B. So clockwise, turning the front layer clockwise will be F, and turning it anti-clockwise will be F prime, and there's F2 as always. And then just the opposite for B. Clockwise is going to be B prime, and anti-clockwise will be B, and lastly B2. So those are pretty much the moves, and don't worry, we won't be using a lot of them. Mainly we're going to be using the F, U, R, and L. So really quickly before we start, I'm just going to show you the two algorithms which we're going to use the most in this, and this is going to make it really easy for you. So I'm going to call the two algorithms the right hand algorithm and the left hand algorithm. So the right hand algorithm goes like this: R, U, R prime, U prime. And that's pretty much it. So it's R, U, R prime, U prime, 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 R, U, R prime, U prime. And at the beginning, it's okay to use your full wrist to do the turns. But if you want to get faster, I would recommend that you do it like this. Keep your fingers like this first, then do R, then turn U with your index finger, then do R prime and do U prime with your index finger, the left side, U prime. And you can just keep practicing that to be faster. If you just do it 6 times continuously, then it will come back to the position where it was. And the left hand algorithm is just the mirror of that. So it's going to be L prime, U prime, L, U. And again, I would recommend that you do it with the fingertips of the right hand for the left hand too. So hold it like this: L prime, U prime, L, U. And yeah, just keep practicing that and you should be good to go. So now that you know all the basics, the moment you've all been waiting for, how do you actually solve it? Without further ado, let's start. So the first step in solving a cube is to get all the edges which have white in them around the white center, making a white cross. And in doing that, you should also align the pairs with the centers. So basically, they should be the same color like this one. Just instead of red over here, they should be white and should be like that all around. So we're going to do that by first getting all the edges which are white in them like this one around the yellow center. So if you just have one second layer like this, it's going to be pretty simple to get it up like that. And I have one more over here, so I'm just going to do it like that. But what if you don't have in the second layer? Like, what if you have one at the bottom? Well, in that case, you can just get it to the second layer by doing an F move, like that. And now it's at the second layer, you can just move it like that. No, you can't, because that one is going back. So you have to make an empty spot over here to get this up. We can just do that by doing a U move. And now there's nothing over here, so we can just get it top. And I have one over here, but let's say it was over here. Now what do you do? Well, in this case, again, just like if it was at the bottom, we'll turn it around, we'll make a space over here and put it up. But what if it's not that? What if it's at the bottom? Well, in that case, it's going to be really easy. It's just like as if in the second layer, but just one step down. So we're going to make a space for it like this. So now I can come up and just do R2. And now we have it. After this, what we have to do is take any edge. It doesn't matter which one. Let's just say I am taking this one. And the color which is facing you, or the color which is not white, we are going to see that and we're going to rotate it until it matches the center. So we're going to keep rotating it until this matches. And after it does, we're just going to put it around the white center by doing F2. Now as you can see, that's how you're going to finish the whole cross. But you're going to keep doing that while matching these. So let's say I'm taking this one now. I'm going to turn it. Oh, I found it so fast. And just like that, F2, like how I did the other one. And then I already have this paired up, so I can just do F2 for this. And then there's this last edge. I'll again move it until it matches with the center, and there we go. And once now that it matches the center, I can just do F2 to get it around the white center. And now I have completed the white cross. So the next step is to do the corners, and one corner looks like it's already done, so we don't have to look at that. And there's one more thing, very important. We're not going to be solving this cube face by face. And many people think that that's the easiest way to do it. But they're wrong. Because once you do one face, the pieces for the other face are going to be all around. And if you try to do that, the other one will get messed up for sure. So that's why it's really, really difficult. Instead, we're going to do it layer by layer. That's much easier and it doesn't require so many algorithms either. So instead, we're going to do it layer by layer. That's a lot more easier, and while it may not seem like it, it really is. Trust me. Anyways, let's start by making the first layer, and in doing that, we'll also make the corners. So to put a corner over here in the correct place, it has to be in the top layer. And as you can see, I have one right here. So I'm just going to put this one in the correct slot. And I can do that by seeing the colors which are not white, as in the colors other than white, which is orange and blue. So I'm just going to turn this layer until, there we go. So I just turned it until it is in between the orange and blue centers, which is the colors of the corner. But if this was a blue and let's say red corner, then I would get it over here because this is blue and red. So I hope you understood that. And once I've got it in the right slot, I'm just going to do the right hand algorithm, which is R, U, R prime, U prime. And I will just keep doing it until it came down. And looks like I'm lucky because it came down in the first try. And okay, looks like I have a blue and red corner over here. And like I said, I'm going to turn it until it's in between the blue and red centers. Then do the right hand algorithm again. And after that, looks like the only corner left is over here. But it's not in the top layer, it's at the bottom layer. But we can just fix this by doing the right hand algorithm again. R, U, R prime, U prime. And now it's at the top. So now that it's in the top layer and in the correct slot, we can just do the right hand algorithm until it comes down. So R, U, R prime, U prime is not there. R, U, R prime, U prime is still not there. R, U, R prime, U prime. There we go. And you look at that. The first layer is complete. Good job. So now that you're done with the first layer, you have to do the second layer, which is the middle layer. And in my opinion, is the easiest layer to do. Because all you have to do is just find an edge piece on the top layer which does not have yellow in them, like let's say this one, and then you have to see the color which is facing you. So now that you've completed the first layer, the second layer is the middle layer. And in my opinion, that's the easiest layer to do because all you have to do is just find a edge piece which does not have yellow in it, like let's say this one, and then see the color which is facing you. So in this case, blue is facing me and red is facing the top. So I'm just going to turn this top face until it aligns with the centerpiece. So now I've got it aligned, blue and blue. And now just see where it has to go. So it won't go here because it's blue and orange. But it got the right side because it's blue and red. And the edge piece is also blue and red. And now a really simple algorithm to put it in there. Keep in mind, it should be aligning, because if you put it like this, it'll be flipped, so it won't be correct. So after you got it aligned, you have to put it to the right side. So we're just going to turn the edge away from where it has to go. Yes, you have to turn it away from where it has to go. So it has to go here, we will turn it this side, so that it's away from where it has to go. And since it has to go to the right side, we'll do the right hand algorithm once. R, U, R prime, U prime. And after that, we're just going to turn the whole cube, rotate the whole cube to the side where it has to go. So we were like this, and it has to go over here. So we'll rotate the whole cube over here, and then we'll just do the left hand algorithm. So L prime, U prime, L, U. And there we go, we have got it inside. So we're just going to do that for all the sides until the second layer is finished. So it looks like I already have one aligned over here, which is red and green. And it can't go here because it's green and orange, but it will go here, it's red and green. So this time it has to go to the left. So again, we'll turn it away from where it has to go. And because it has to go to the left, we'll do the left hand algorithm. So L prime, U prime, L, U. And again, turn the whole cube to the side where it has to go and do the opposite algorithm to the first one you did. So we did the left hand algorithm first, now we'll do the right hand algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime. And looks like we have completed that too. So I guess the next one I'm going to do is the orange and green one. And it has to go to the right side. So like we did earlier, turn it away to the right hand algorithm, turn the whole cube to the side it has to go, and do the opposite algorithm, so the left hand algorithm. And looks like this is the last piece, and I'll just put the left, turn it away, left hand algorithm, turn it to the side it had to go, and opposite algorithm. And there we go. Looks like the second layer is completely solved too. Alright, so I think that's gonna be it for this video, and I will be making a part 2 of this video where I'll be giving you some tips and tricks, and I'll show you how to solve the rest of the cube. Please do like, share and subscribe so that you don't miss it. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.